New at 5, a seemingly healthy dog suddenly comes down with heart disease. Could a trendy type of dog food be to blame for the potentially deadly problem?
Meghan Schiller has more on the FDA's alert about grain-free pet food and why some veterinarians think it's not worth the risk.
It was a shock because they seemed normal. They seemed absolutely okay.
Like most dogs, Delaney and Blue aren't just pets to their owners, Rob and Carol Salmon. They're family. Rob and Carol always want the best for them, including the best food. For years, they thought that was Nutrisource's line of grain-free chicken and pea blend kibble. Now, several researchers nationwide are questioning that brand, as well as dozens of others. The FDA has also announced an investigation into the possible connection between grain-free food and a form of heart disease called dilated cardiomyopathy, or DCM.
Cardiomyopathy is a disease of the muscle of the heart. So if you think of that chamber as being very elastic and good for pumping, all of a sudden the walls get thickened and it becomes inelastic and they can have a heart attack and die.
Delaney and Blue are among at least 158 cases nationwide now under investigation by the FDA after they tested positive for taurine deficiency.
Taurine is an essential amino acid that can lead to heart disease and deficiency.
And veterinary nutritionist Dr. Julie Churchill from the University of Minnesota cautions there could be more.
There are many cases where if we're not looking, how do we know whether they have low taurine?
Churchill is among a group of researchers studying the risk of grain-free diets. She, as well as researchers at the University of California, Davis and Tufts, have a working theory that suggests it's not the lack of grains in the food that's making dogs sick, rather what companies put in place of it. Things like sweet potatoes, peas, and other legumes, which they think might be stripping a dog's ability to absorb taurine.
We do know taurine is related to heart disease in certain animals. So the fact that they found in about 50% of those dogs that died that were on a grain-free diet, they also had a taurine deficiency. So was it because they're on a grain-free diet and there wasn't enough taurine in that food? That's what they need to figure out. We don't have those answers yet.
In a written statement, Nutrisource says it follows and will continue to follow recommendations by the FDA and pet nutrition experts, adding in part that, quote, pets are family and we would never knowingly provide products that could harm them. They also started, quote, supplementing diets with taurine in hopes that it will aid dogs whether they are predisposed to DCM or already have it. Vets say sometimes, for a variety of reasons, that works. It did for Blue, but it did not for Delaney. Her heart was already too damaged.
It's hard to wrap your mind around that you have a dog that is that sick when she doesn't look that sick.
They're not showing any signs. They're going along until they reach a certain point of no return. That's what I'm worried about.
Several Facebook groups share that worry, some 11,000 users strong, all searching for answers and advice. Right now, pet parents are left relying on the FDA's guidance or their local vet. Dr. Mike Hutchinson with Animal General in Cranberry says some vets he's talked to think the FDA is being overly cautious, but he's actually glad they raised a red flag, if for nothing else, to make people aware.
There was enough evidence to say, let's put out a warning, grain-free diets may not be the best thing for your pet.
As for Delaney and Blue, the Salmons changed their food right after they were diagnosed, but it may not be enough.
And that's my fear, you know. Even though we're treating Delaney, it hasn't increased that much with medication and taurine, so I'm not sure how long we'll have her.
So when can we expect clarity when it comes to grain-free dog food? Well, the studies are done, but the FDA says right now there's no timeline because they're still under final review. Bottom line is that they say, just check with your local vet, and if you're really worried, you can always change your dog food. I'm Meghan Schiller reporting KDKA-TV News.